Hi everyone, this is just a little quick recording to give you a bit of an intro into facilitating learning online and what is expected of you. So here we go. Well, there we go. So what I'm going to cover in this little presentation is what facilitating online is, what we expect of you, and a little bit just to introduce you to the pedagogy behind facilitating online. Okay, so what is facilitating online? Facilitating online, which is very hard to say quickly, is basically how you interact with students online. Now, the way that it's different from the classroom is in the classroom you can see if somebody's listening to you, so you can see if they're engaging or if they're wandering off. You can see how they're reacting in groups as well, if they're actually working well together. You can't see that very well online. You can't see people's tone of voice unless they're doing audio. You can't see what they're looking at unless they're using a video camera, and people generally don't communicate that way online. It's generally through text, and on text it's very hard to actually see what people are thinking and feeling. So that's basically why it's different from the classroom. Now, can it be sustainable? Yes, it can, but only if you put a lot of effort into the organisation of your course before you actually start. Things like responding to every post as a teacher. Not only does it take a lot of your teacher time, but it also shuts down other students from responding, because of course they always think the teacher's right, even if the teacher's just opening the discussion up for more information. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not active in a discussion board. What it means is you've got to choose your times very carefully and make sure of your wording when you do post. So what are some of the challenges? Well, a lot of the challenges are that people don't want to do it. People are doing it because it's quick, it's cheap, it's easy way to actually learn, or so they think before they start. People often don't put aside the time that they need to actually do the course that they're looking at. So that's one of the big challenges. Also, there's people's language ability. English as a second language might be an issue, and there's also technology. So whether people are very technological will actually be a big part of how they actually cope and work online. Okay, let's move on. Okay, what's expected of you? Now, this is a really big question. What we actually want you to do is to have a look at all the material. Find your own material. We're trying to keep it to a very student-centred course, but also we want you to learn and have student content being developed by you guys. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to use the content again next time, say making our job easier because we're lazy. What it actually means is by you guys going off and finding the content, having a look at everything that's out there, finding something that means something to you, you're more likely to learn it and remember it. So we expect you to be actively engaged with the material by doing all of the exercises that we put out there for you. How do we expect you to engage with students and teachers? Now, netiquette is a big thing online, and it is just common sense. Don't put anything online that you wouldn't say to somebody's face, and then think about it twice before you would say it. Once it is online, you can't take it back. And if you do say something wrong online, apologise quickly. Okay, it's okay to be wrong and to apologise, but if you don't do that apology quickly, then people are going to fester and stew. And unlike in a classroom, you can't see that dynamic happening. Now, why is it actually important to tell the students what's expected of them? And look, seriously, you're going to be spending a few hours on this, not just the 3 hours that we've got touch time in class, so be prepared to do that and you will get the most out of the course. It's actually one of the things that the students are asking us to get the teachers to do, and the student survey results show that students want to know how to interact with eLearn. They're happy for it to be blended, to be fully online, to have no online, but they want the teacher to actually tell them how to engage. So it might be that your notes are up there and you need to check it every day, or print out your notes before you go. You have to be active on one of the discussion boards at least once a week. Students want that information to find out how they have to be involved. Seriously, we want you to do the same thing. We want you to be active with the material. We want you to have a look at the discussion boards and add value to them when you actually do post, and not just have a 3-word post, because that's not really very helpful. So I hope that helps a little bit. I'm just going to scroll down here. Okay, so you will see that there's a pedagogy section, which is a second section that you'll be doing for the facilitating learning online. Now, one of the big differences between ADDIE and the Salmon model, and you'll look into those, is ADDIE is actually a way to structure your whole course, to do your whole course planning, where the Salmon model is a way to actually facilitate online. So they're actually not a pedagogical approach per se, because one is the design of your course and the other one is how to facilitate online. When you're looking at pedagogy, you've got to go back to things like your constructionist and things like that to actually look at how you're going to build the material. One of the things you might decide to do is do a flipped classroom, which sounds really easy and this video could be part of, but it's actually a lot more work, because you have to remember that with a flipped classroom, people have done the lecture at home. What they want is that individual attention to actually be able to work through the material in class to actually get the practice. Okay, so I didn't really go into pedagogy too much there because it'll take too long and I'll let you guys read all about it. So basically, what do I want you to do now? So once you've watched this video, you can actually start on the first exercise. Now we're assuming that you've actually done the a little discussion board in your developing digital content with Margaret or Leslie, and we want you to reflect back on that to do the choice tool and the discussion. Okay, so good luck everybody. Hopefully I'll see you all during the course, and yeah, good luck with everything.